दे आर फेसलेस पीपल, यू डोंट इवन नो कहाँ से बैठ के कौन लिख रहा है। तो लोगों को इतना विश्वास ना हो जाए कि ये आदमी वाकई में गलत कर रहा है, लोगों को गुस्सा ना आए, रिएक्ट ना करें, तो मुझे चिंता होने लगेगी। बिकॉज अगर आपने कभी डेली शो किया तो आपकी बहुत बड़ी वाली वाट लग सकती है। आई एम नॉट सेइंग कि मैं साधु हूँ, ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है, बट माई बिलीफ इन गॉड इज सो स्ट्रॉन्ग। हाई, दिस इज सुधांशु पांडे एंड यू आर वॉचिंग मी ऑन टेली चक्कर। My biggest reason was the grey area of the character. The second biggest was Rajan Shahi, because he's the producer and he's a very old friend of mine. And I know that he's a very, very, very strong, creative man. His vision is very, very strong. And he's created some cult shows. And I have worked with him when he was directing and I was acting and Mahesh Bhatt was producing. So I've known him for a very, very long time. I was very happy that he offered me this show, and then he offered me because there was a reason. He said that I don't see anybody else playing this character. So if you say yes, then I will move ahead. And that is exactly why I said yes to this character, because it is a brilliant character to begin with. It's a big challenge for me to play this character. But it was the first protagonist of a show who would be not the very, very good boy. He's going to be grey with negative shades, very realistic. So that was my biggest reason to say yes. Honestly speaking, Vanraj can never be one thing. Okay, that is the beauty of the character. Vanraj is like all of us, you know. Vanraj is neither black nor white. He is a very, very normal human being who is wrapped up in the complexities and complications of a normal human life. He reacts to situations and circumstances. He becomes angry, he becomes abusive, he becomes vulnerable, he cries, he loves. He does all of that depending on what situation and circumstance he is in. So for me to be able to play Vanraj has been a challenge, because it's not easy to play a character which is as complicated as Vanraj. It's very easy to play a character which is very straight. I know I have to be just good, so I'll be good, come what may. So it's a very simple thing to do. Or if I have to be really bad, then I have to be really bad. That's all I have to do. Maybe just be angry all the time. So it's very easy. Vanraj is the most complicated character, and I've had to walk on a very, very thin line, very, very thin line from the beginning. And I've had to keep the thread very tight from both sides, not to make it totally negative, not to make it totally positive, and walk on that thin line, tread very, very carefully. See, a lot of negative comments, lots of them, there is no doubt. Lots of messages that are full of hatred and abusive. But you have to learn to accept most of them. Some of them you have to completely ignore, because some of them really hurt your ego, because you don't know what to do with that, because they are faceless people, you don't even know कहाँ से बैठ के कौन लिख रहा है. So you have to ignore it. That is some training that I've had while playing this character. But most of it you have to accept with a pinch of salt, I would say. Very cliche thing to say, but फिर भी ये इस्तेमाल करना ही पड़ेगा मुझे आज बोलते हुए, because the thing is that, like I've said always, कि अगर मेरी परफॉर्मेंस को देखकर अगर लोगों को इतना विश्वास ना हो जाए कि ये आदमी वाकई में गलत कर रहा है, और लोगों को गुस्सा ना आए, रिएक्ट ना करें, तो मुझे चिंता होने लगेगी. तो मुझे लगेगा कि यार मैं अच्छी तरह से परफॉर्म नहीं कर रहा. तो ये जो रिएक्शन है मेरी परफॉर्मेंस का रिवॉर्ड है, कि लोग उसमें इतनी अच्छी तरह से विश्वास कर रहे हैं, उससे इतना जुड़ जा रहे हैं कि उनको एक्चुअली नफरत हो रही है उस मोमेंट के लिए वनराज से. तो वही मेरा सबसे बड़ा रिवॉर्ड है, और अगर वो रिएक्शन नहीं आएगा तो मैं परेशान हो जाऊंगा. तो इसलिए मेरे लिए वो रिएक्शन बहुत ज़रूरी है. बाकी जो होते हैं कुछ बहुत ज़्यादा गलत वाले मैसेजेस, उनको इग्नोर कर देते हैं. दैट इज़ द ओनली वे टू डील विद दिस होल ट्रोलिंग थिंग. My wife watches it on and off, and she's liked the show. I mean, she's critical of things, but she's always said that ye acha tha, ye nahi acha tha. My kids don't watch it because kids, they're into different zone altogether. They're mostly watching either Hollywood or something else. कभी कभार बहुत देखते हैं वो, बहुत rarely कभी देखा तो. If we are watching it, then they do. Even I don't watch the show. Firstly, I don't have the time. Second, when I have the time, I don't want to watch myself on screen. I want to watch something that can entertain me, something else. But the reaction from the family, otherwise, like my parents, my in-laws, my other relatives from across the globe, whether it's they are in Canada or US or England or wherever they are, or Dubai, the reactions are beautiful, and they love the show. They love everything about the show. They love what I'm doing, and they love the popularity that the show has. My biggest critique is my wife, I would say. And why? Because she's my wife. She has no other reason. I think she just is a critique, and she likes to tell me everything on my face. Sometimes I debate with her that no, this is not the right reaction. But I think somewhere she convinces me कि नहीं ऐसा नहीं, ये अच्छा नहीं था. Genre, I don't know. I'm not very sure what genre I'm going to pick, but I definitely am very hungry now to do some action, And I don't know how it will come about, but I'm really, really, really looking forward to doing some very good action film or an OTT or whatever it may be. But I want to do something really that's something very high intensity action after this. The takeaway is that life is always not as rosy as it was when I used to do films. It can be as difficult as playing a character in a daily show because it's very challenging because you're running against time always and you're always in a rush. There's always a buzz. So my takeaway is that don't always take it so easy in life because अगर आपने कभी daily show किया तो आपकी बहुत बड़ी वाली वाट लग सकती है. I don't think I ever regret anything at all because मैंने बहुत सारी मैंने आज तक I must have done 47, 48 feature films. Good, bad, ugly, everything. The biggest. Hollywood भी किया, जैकी चैन के साथ काम करा, जैकी चैन के साथ एक्शन किया, रजनी सर के साथ फिल्म की, इंडिया की सबसे बड़ी आज तक की फिल्म. वो सब करने के बाद और सबसे छोटी फिल्म भी की, उसके बाद भी मुझे कोई रिग्रेट नहीं है बिकॉज आई फील कि जो कुछ भी मैंने किया आज की डेट में वही एक्सपीरियंस जो है वो एक्चुअली मेरा वजूद है. जो मैं आज हूँ वो सिर्फ उसी एक्सपीरियंस की वजह से हूँ. तो वट एवर आई हैव डन हैज़ बीन अ गुड और अ बैड एक्सपीरियंस is responsible for what I am today. The most beautiful life, I would say, the most beautiful time, the most fun time I had was during my initial days when I was modeling, because I started with a big campaign. The biggest campaign of the year was the campaign that I was the model for, called Bhilwara Shootings, BSL Shootings. It was at that time, Lintas was the agency, I remember, and it was shot by the #1 photographer that time, Mr. Ashok Selian. He was a legend. And then the television commercial was shot by Shyam Ramanna, son of Raja Ramanna. Shyam was the pioneer of computer graphics in our country. The Kawasaki Bajaj ad, if I'm not wrong, जहाँ पे bike शेर बन जाती, leopard बन जाती, cheetah बन जाती, sorry. That was the ad directed by him, and then he directed my television commercial. So for me, and my first ad, print ad, came out as a center spread in Time magazine, and then winning the best male model of the country in '95. So for me, that was the most beautiful. And I started my fashion with Rohit Bal, no other but Rohit Bal. So my first show was with Rohit Bal. So I started at such a big high, and then enjoyed that period for 3-4 years, 4 years after that. That's my takeaway, I guess. I think I learnt along the way, because I think somewhere my spiritual inclination and my inclination towards the Almighty, जिनको मैं समर्पित हूँ पूरी तरह से, महाकाल या शिव, जो भी आप कहना चाहें, आई थिंक अलॉन्ग द वे जैसे जैसे मेरी लाइफ आगे बढ़ी, मेरा बिलीफ भी उतना ही आगे बढ़ गया, मैं और ज़्यादा डीपली इन्वॉल्व होता चला गया अपने रिलीजन में, अपनी स्पिरिचुअलिटी में. आई एम नॉट सेइंग कि मैं साधु हूँ, ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है, बट माई बिलीफ इन गॉड इज सो स्ट्रॉन्ग दैट आई फील दैट everything, because I've surrendered to Mahakal, he governs and guides everything that I do in life. Because of that strength, I've been able to cope up with all the good times and the bad times, and obviously because I've seen so many bad times also, I think I've become it's been a great outcome, because you only learn from the bad times, you don't learn from good times, because good times you tend to enjoy and you tend to forget everything. So bad times, the more bad times you face, the better it is, because then you get to learn a lot and you become learned almost, because you've gone through so much in life and those experiences make you what you are. So I am very happy with whatever goods and the lows that I've been through in my life. Hi, this is Sudhanshu Pandey, and to know my favorites, watch Telechakkar.
Know all about the Tele world by subscribing to Telechakkar's YouTube channel. Don't forget to hit the bell icon to stay updated to our new videos.